mean, obviously not the time of year you want to be learning lessons, but I mean, what do you, because you still have basketball ahead of you, what do you take from this?
Just keep preaching the same thing. I mean, our margin for error is very minimal when we're not hitting shots, and that was very evident in the second half. I mean, we held them to 28 in the first half and gave up 38, and we scored 20, and that's never a good recipe to get a win.
What did change? And is when you have that kind of momentum, is it kind of inevitable that there's going to be an ebb and flow to it?
Well, I mean, this game is a game of runs. I mean, you don't get up and assume that's enough, and I don't think that's what we did. But when they made their run, I mean, you have to counter that, and we didn't get stops at times when we need it. I mean, we just lost a game by 3 points, and we shot 8 free throws, and they shot 18. I mean, so it's the little things, the free throws. Yes, we know that, they have size that we don't. We know that we always are going to be challenged when, teams are, throwing those high-low passes. So, our margin for error defensively is minimal, especially, like I said earlier, when we're not hitting shots. I mean, we didn't create as many turnovers in that second half, and it just seemed like when that momentum shift, we needed to pick our intensity up, and we didn't do that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, 2 games left in the regular season. Now, you're playing on Sunday. So now what does the focus become over the next week and a half?
Well, I mean, all games in the conference down the stretch are critical. We'll prepare for, our last 2 games, and we know Boise State is a great team. We know New Mexico is a great team, and, while we're keying on what we're going to do defensively, we got to figure out how to put the ball in the basket and get some points at the free throw line and, get some points off our defense.
Well, kind of what happened in your view, to go from the way you guys were playing in the first half to what took place?
I think we kind of went into halftime and we got a little complacent, and we didn't come out in the third quarter ready to keep doing what we were doing in the first half that worked so well for us. And they were able to make some adjustments that definitely hurt us in the third quarter, kind of picking on our size a little bit in the paint. But ultimately came down to they made changes that helped them, and we didn't fix anything on our side.
Did you feel you guys tightened up also once the score kind of started going the other way?
Yeah, definitely. And we started kind of maybe looking for some stuff that we don't normally take and shots that don't normally fall for us. We weren't really working as a team in the third and fourth quarter. It was kind of like, oh no, we got to score right now, and then it turned into one-on-one, and that doesn't work for us. It hasn't all season. So
with 2 games left, obviously you can't dwell on this for long. How do you, and you've got things rolling, how do you kind of, as a senior, get the team past this?
I think Joe and I just need to communicate the message that, the next 2 games are very crucial for our seeding going into the tournament. It's basically top or bottom of the bracket, and one side of the bracket is much more difficult than the other. So we would obviously like to be on the side that doesn't have the number 1 team, but we just need to communicate that we may have gave that one away, but that should be our fuel for the next 2 games.
There have been a number of games like this year where you could look back on a couple plays. Does that give you some comfort going into the tournament, knowing that you're right there with the conference?
I feel good about close games going into the tournament because we've obviously been in a lot of them, and we know that Keeley can hit that shot now, and that we have 3 people we can go to that are able to get a basket when it's needed in the fourth quarter.
And what did you think about the atmosphere? I know you've played in a few of these.
It's awesome. I love to see the little kids, and I know they look up to all of us, so it's really cool to have them there. It does give you a little bit of a headache, but it's awesome to see them after the game smiling. It makes their day, so we'll put up with the headaches.
Did that help the energy? Because obviously they didn't care. They make noise, and they were going to make noise no matter what the game situation was.
Yeah, it definitely helped with the energy, especially at 11 o'clock. It's an early game. We're not used to playing that early and getting stuff turned around that quick, but it was nice to have them here.